Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically here in Alaska. I'm about 60 miles south of the Arctic Circle and live in a tiny little village. I have been meaning to get out to videotape another video for you of the village, but unfortunately we either had bad weather or wind, and the wind makes it very, very uncomfortable for you to hear when it hits the camera. So I haven't been able to get out and do that, but I promise I will very soon. My name is Patricia Hauser, like I said, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. My website, stampinwithpatricia.stampinup.net, if you want to purchase any of the items that I'm going to show you today, and or if you need to contact me, stampinwithpatricia@outlook.com. Please feel free to do that. It is very hard to get a hold of me otherwise, but I am more than happy to answer any questions that you might have if you want to email me. On Facebook, if you want to join our group, Stampin' with Patricia, no spaces, you can do a search or use the link down below. And this month's host code is right here, 7. I only teach kindergarten, don't you know? 7HNQ23YA for March 2022. If it is after that date, then you would want to contact me and get the new host code, or look on our Facebook page there. The reason you want to use a host code, I had somebody ask me this again today. If you want to be in the drawing, if your order is less than $150 and you want to be in the drawing to be the host for that month, then that's what you need to do. I'm considering changing that a little bit, but that's what it is right now. Okay, and I am creating a new series, Welcome to Stampin'. So if you want to search for that on YouTube, I didn't write YouTube on there, but anyway, that is a YouTube video, whatever. That's the set that we're, the series that I am creating right now. These are the current catalogs. The annual catalog ends April 2022, and the mini catalog goes till June 2022. So if it is beyond those dates, then you would need a new catalog. If you are interested in the new annual catalog, I am taking orders for that right now, and if you want me to be sure I send one to you, then please let me know either in the comments down below on that email that I just gave you, or however you want to get in touch with me on the Facebook page, etc. This right now is a brand new set, Waves of Inspiration. It is amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this set. These are the Designer Series paper, or DSP, and this is the back of them. So let me show you each of these one at a time so that you can get an idea of what the papers look like. They look like that really on trend, if you will, poured ink or poured paint. It's not poured ink. But isn't that just gorgeous? Some alcohol in there, and oh, just love, 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 love this paper. It is beyond gorgeous. I haven't had a chance to work with the paper yet, but I will be very, very soon. And then the backs of these papers right here. Beautiful. And look at all the color in that. Oh, love it. It really does make you think of water, but it also can make you, you know, think of a picture on the, you know, scrapbook pages. Oh my goodness, these would be so gorgeous with this. If you go on a cruise or something and you want to make a scrapbook page to coordinate with that, that would be perfect. There's also this. It is foils. And whoops, too many pages on here. And so there is a silver foil sheet. I know there's a lot of reflection here, so it's a little bit hard to see. Sorry about that. I'll try to angle it so that it's not quite so flashy here. I'll put this one on the front. Isn't that just too gorgeous, though? Oh my goodness, I love these. There are 6 pages of this, 2 of each, and those are called blue foils. Now the stamp set, the stamp and die set here, I literally have just gotten this. Let me show you the front so you can see what they look like. There's the pelican, the wave, your strength is an inspiration, happy birthday, in a small type. I kind of like that one. You're so totally awesome, and our friendship is a thing of beauty. And then the dies here. Now I already have cut somewhere. I'll have to find it here in just a minute. These two waves layer on top of each other like this. And I have them cut in 2 blues. I'll see, I thought I had it right here in the folder, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'll find it here in just a minute. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is a new set. There's also some gems, which, you know, you have everything here, and then you go to do this, and it all disappears. I don't know where it went. Oh, here they are. Okay, well, I don't have the gems, but here are the 2 dies, and you can layer them on top of each other like this. Use whatever kind of glue method works for you to put them on a card, but isn't that gorgeous? Now, I don't have any of that done because what I really wanted to show you today, other than the new die set, is the new waves set, is this. This is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, okay? Love this machine. It is so amazing, and it's got a very nice compact, weighs about 2.5 pounds. It doesn't really feel like it weighs that much, but that's what they say it weighs. This is about, let me measure for you, about 10 inches, including the handle. The handle is about 3.5 inches, and about 4.5, 5 inches wide. So it's got a nice, compact, small size to it, and yet it's got a good enough size that you can cut most of your dies. Now, not all of them. Let me show you in the catalog what you're going to look for. Let me move this out of the way for a second. When you're looking in the catalog and you see a stamp and die bundle, if it does not have many on there, then you cannot use it. Let me find one. In the, here we go, right here. You see that mini? I'm not sure if you can see that right there. That little emblem means that you can use it in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, there are also embossing folders. Here's an embossing folder, the stripes and splatters, and if you look at that, you can see right there it is fit. It will fit in the mini. Now, this is what that looks like, okay? So you would open this up, put your paper in here. As a matter of fact, I think I already did one. I did do one of these. And I don't know if you can see that. There you go. A little bit of light and shadow on there. And that's what it will come out. You use the plates. These are the plates that come with your machine, which makes it so nice. It's not an additional cost. And we have plate 1. You'll almost always use this one, but notice that it tells you use with thin dies. So you would use that. It also tells you that you want 2 number 2 plates. Well, these are the number 2 plates. Now, I use these. Sorry, trying to get the numbers all up in the same corner. I use these. One, I put the die against this so that when I cut, let me pull back out the waves, dies. These two, when I want to cut them, on this side is the cutting blade. Now you can't really see that, and you can see that I'm rubbing my finger across that. It's not going to cut me, but it will cut my paper. Now I've embossed this one, so I don't want to do that one, although I could. But you put it on there. Let me get a plain piece of paper. You put your die against the paper. You put the cutting edge down on the cutting plate. You put that against number 1 because it's supposed to be number 1, number 2, the paper, and then the die, and then number 2 again. Okay, so let's go ahead and just cut this out since I've got it here. So you layer those up. The other 2 I'll tell you about in a minute. The other 2 plates. Sorry, this shakes so badly because I'm not on a really sturdy surface. I'm in my classroom, and it doesn't... So you get it started, you make your sandwich, you get it started, and then you put your hand up top and roll it through. Okay, well, sorry about that. I know it's shaking. I'm so sorry. And roll it through. Okay. Once you rolled it through, there you go. You'll hear the clicks. Don't worry about that. That is not a problem at all. You'll just hear them. It means it's doing its job. And then you pull your paper off. Now, you'll notice there are things still stuck in there. I'm sort of holding them in, to be quite honest. Well, it fell out as soon as I moved my hand. You can take your pick tool and punch things out, okay? If they don't fall out right away, you can punch through the little holes, everything. But if it doesn't punch out right away, you can just sort of take and flick it like that. And voila, there it is. Punch those out. You can also use the brush end. Now that's a separate purchase, but you can use that brush end on the little sponge thing that comes with it and knock those out. Now these come out really, really easily, so you don't really need to do that. But there is another wave piece that I could even continue to layer on these. Now how cool does that look? Isn't that just awesome? Even with 3 of them. You can't tell that 2 of them are exactly alike. I love that. 2 different blues, and then the other wave. Anyway, that is die cutting. There are also 2 other... Let me get rid of all these papers. Kind of got it all messy up, didn't I? You know, messy up, right? That's got to be a word. Or messed up. All right, so there are... Like I said, these all come with them, but there are also 3 and 4, 2 other die plates. This one, the grayish, the lighter gray one, is for regular embossing folders, like these that I showed you a few minutes ago. These are 2 different ones, checks and dots, dots and checks. Got it? Okay, so if they are regular or standard embossing folders, you would use it with the light gray one. If they are 3D embossing folders, then you would use it with the dark gray. And again, I've already got this done, so I'm not going to do it for you, but I would follow the directions, plate 1. So I've got plate 1, my embossing folder here, which was the splatters one, and this is 3D. Now, I just gotten this 3D one, but I usually write the name of it and whether it's 3D or not. So I put that together and roll it through my machine, just like I rolled through for the die. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you this and all the plates and the new dies, of course, is because this gorgeous little machine is on a sale price, and a pretty amazing sale price. It is 20% off. So it is $48 down from $60, which is just fantastic. I'm so excited about it. And I am going to be giving away one of these. Now, I'm not going to give it away until after the sale, but be sure to check back after the sale. And you know what? If you win one and you already purchased one, well, then you've got a Christmas gift ready for one of your crafting friends. But this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, I did want to show you the standard Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, just to kind of give you some idea of the size difference. I'm going to pull this up a little bit, so hopefully nobody gets dizzy. There we go. This is the standard, and this is the mini. The mini is 3.5 inches wide. So if I open these up, and both of them fold down, if I open this up, whoops, it is 3.5 inches wide. So I can send paper through and a die that is up to 3.5 inches wide. On the large, or the standard size machine, this one, which is not on sale at the moment, is 6 inches wide. Okay? Awesome machine. Now, I've had people ask me, why should I get, or which one should I get and why? And should I get both? Do I need both? Well, the answer is no, you don't need either one of them, maybe. Okay, I take that back. If you're a crafter, you need it. So, but as you can see, I have both. Of course, I sell Stampin' Up, but the reason I have two is I love this machine. It is a complete and total workhorse. It will do anything. I don't have to worry about the dies, whether they are the size that will go through this machine or not. Everything we sell will go through this machine and cut and emboss. This one is wonderful for traveling. If you go on vacation, you go on a cruise, you go on a road trip, you go out of town for the weekend, you go camping, whatever it is that you do, you can take this machine. It's very handy. It's a wonderful size for traveling, but you can also, say you don't travel very much. I travel a lot. I live in Alaska. That's just kind of how we roll. But if you don't travel a lot, then this may not be the machine for you. But I will tell you this, it is perfect for a desk size machine because it's so nice and small. It can sit right there on your desk. It's very handy, and admittedly not everything, but most of your dies will go through this. Even for some of the things that say you have to have the large, or the large is the recommended, the standard size is recommended, because there is a large die in it. A lot of them have smaller dies as well, and so those smaller dies can still go through your mini. Do you need both? No. Would you want to have both? I do, but then that's me. You have to make the choice of, one, what can you afford? Two, what do you need? And is it going to do the things that you want it to do? This is wonderful, like I said, for travel and on your desk all the time. And it's awfully pretty. I love that. The large, I do have behind my desk. I don't have it on my desk because it is rather large. It weighs about 8 pounds. I also put the plates underneath it. You saw me stacking that up on the plates. I put them under it, 1, so that I always know where they are, and 2, because as you're using your plates, they may warp a little bit. Now, these are all brand new. I mean, the ones for the mini. I've had this new one. I have another one at home, but this new one I've had maybe for, I don't know, a month or 2, and my plates haven't started warping yet. But you can see I also haven't used them a whole lot. Oh, by the way, I was talking about, let me go back to plate 1, how to put these in. So you've got 1, 2, and 2. This one, you can see I cut into. The other 2, I don't cut into it at all. Now, you might be able to see that there's a little bit of indentation on there, and that's from when you put the die and the paper in there. This die, the pressure of the machine does cause it to put a little bit of shape on my do not cut plate. Okay, so I have my base plate, my cut plate, and my do not cut plate. And I always do that. Eventually, this one will get so cut up and gray and not look good anymore. It'll still work, but eventually it'll not be pretty. Now, my old one in my large one that I still have is not pretty, but I'll still continue to use it forever and ever. I mean, until, you know, it just won't work anymore, which can be forever. But then I would save this. I don't throw it away, but then I get a new number 2 plate, and this one then becomes my cut plate, and the new one will be my do not cut plate. And so I just rotate them through. Do you have to do that? Well, no, of course not. But you can, and that's how I like to do it. And I do talk about that every now and again when you see me working on the plates. Again, this is that embossing folder. There's 2 types of embossing. There's heat embossing with powder, and then there's dry embossing, which is what we do in a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I hope that gives you a little bit of help. The sale, the 20% off, goes through the end of March 2022. If you need more information, please feel free to contact me. Down below are some links for you and descriptions. Have a good one wherever you are. Please give me a thumbs up. I so appreciate that. Share this video if you would with your crafting friends, and be sure and subscribe if you have not already done so. Thank you so much. Have a good one wherever you are.